Okay, this is how I kind of went about this. So I downloaded this image, and from there, I went to Photoshop. And inside Photoshop, this is more or less what I did. So I took this bottom layer here, duplicated it. Once I duplicated it, I was just able to get this little section. So used the smart selection here. So I just kind of went through, selected this. Um, just got the dragon itself, and it got a little too much there. And then once I got that little selection, I invert that part. Didn't need that part. So I had this selection, and I did a little better the first time when I was going through this. But from there, I went to the layer. Up here it was select, and then I hit inverse. So now I'm just selecting the background completely. Selected all of that, which then that got me the background there. From there I went to selection, did a color range. So from there I selected the little, this kind of grayish color, and selected that, deleted that, so I got rid of that little selection. And then the next thing I did, I kind of went the opposite route. So I did the same thing with the layer selection color, and I selected those colors. And what I ended up doing is I painted all over that to make it black. And from there, once I had that, then I was actually exporting that as a PNG file. So from there, once I exported that as a PNG file, I kept going over here, messing with it, and I would go to the online convert, and I would go to the image converter selection of that, and I would convert these to SVG files. Now, that was kind of working a little bit, not really the best. Let me minimize this real quick. And you can kind of see I went through different selections of it. Sometimes I was getting something that would work, sometimes I didn't. So I kind of took this one because I could kind of see a little bit. You can see most of those SVG files were coming out as a solid and giving me some errors. So I kind of had to go back and find one where it gave me a little bit of what I wanted, which is, I believe it was number 3. No, 3 didn't work. For some reason, 3, when I would try to go in, it did not quite work. So there was one that kind of took a selection of it. I went across it earlier. Which one of these SVG files gave me one? I think it was this first SVG, which gave me this little selection. So what I ended up doing with that inside of Tinkercad is I actually imported both of these two files, and I'm going to duplicate this here real quick so you can see exactly what I did. All right. Ooh, that is not what I wanted. I need to just move this whole thing over here. Okay, so let me move this selection over here and move this over here. You can kind of see those SVG files weren't working. So in this one, what I ended up doing is I ungrouped this, and there are 2 selections here. So you're going to see like there was the one that was the solid background, and then there was this layer that was on top. So what I ended up doing here, selected both of them, went to the align tool, and then I just kind of moved these things on top of each other. And then from that angle, I kind of raised this up just a little bit so the hole wasn't going all the way through. And then once I grouped that together, that actually turned out and looked a lot better. And it actually gave me this little dragon image that you see over here. And that is what I have done.